Hello! Have I got an epic story for you today? It's about spies, adventure, and a woman named Rahab who saved the day. Rahab lived in a city called Jericho. Rahab had made some bad choices, but God had a plan for Rahab, even though she didn't always do the right thing. God told the Israelites, God's chosen people, to go to Jericho, but they didn't want to run in without knowing what they were getting into. So Joshua, their leader, sent 2 spies into the city. When the spies got there, they decided to stay the night at Rahab's house. The king of Jericho heard there were spies in his city, and he didn't like that. So he sent soldiers to capture them. But when they got to Rahab's house, she hid them and said they weren't there anymore. Meanwhile, the spies were hiding on her roof. After the soldiers left, Rahab went to the spies and told them she knew they were on God's side. She knew it was risky to protect the spies, but she knew it was even riskier not to side with God. So she asked the spies, "Will you save me and my family?" The spy said, "Sure." And Rahab let them down from the roof with a rope, sending them in the opposite direction of the king's soldiers. It must have been scary for Rahab to go against the king. After all, he was the most powerful person in her city. But Rahab chose to take a big risk to help God's people. And just like Rahab, I can take risks for God.
My heart was captured, sin held me captive. Now 'cause of you, God, I'm set free. I feel like dancing, I can't help moving. I got this crazy joy creeping up in me. Whoa, let's wake the city up. Whoa, when the crowds go home and the hype dies down, we will sing 'cause we're unashamed. Just like Paul and Silas, when I stay quiet, whenever we praise, we sing with voices of freedom. We sing with voices of freedom. We sing with voices of freedom. You give me purpose, you keep your promise. I hear your spirit call to me, to be the difference, to live for Jesus, to shine a light now for all to see. Whoa, let's wake the city up. Whoa, when the crowds go home and the hype dies down, we will sing 'cause we're unashamed. Just like Paul and Silas, when I stay quiet, whenever we praise, we sing with voices of freedom. We sing with voices of freedom. We sing with voices of freedom. Whatever the calling, whatever the moment, we'll sing. Whatever the calling, whatever the moment, we'll sing with voices of freedom.